Hello and welcome, connoisseurs of Crusader Kings 3, friends of the channel and newcomers alike. My name is Hunter and we are returning to our gameplay with Duke Dumnareth of Cornwall, currently loyal vassal of England, ready to do a majesty tour to improve his position and to ask for prestige and renown from all of his little vassals. We're going to do a majesty tour because we're trying to basically solidify our reign. We're going to visit the kid. He'll probably just kick us out, and then we'll go to visit everybody else. That's 50 for its cost. That means we are within range of paying for it already. We got some danger up here, much danger that can't even be avoided. We can customize the route, though, leaving from here to go above the second area of danger, which should help us out. And then at the end here, this is on the way home, right? This is here on the way home, so we're just gonna take the southern route, I think, and then we're gonna hit. I don't know why it insists on going up that way. That doesn't make any sense to me. But it's because this whole area is really confusing, but we'll try to go down that way anyway, because I think it's faster. I mean, it should be faster. This seems good. We're avoiding all the danger it's possible to avoid. I don't want to add more to the cost, because we're already going to go... It's one goal. Listen, we'll go into debt for a couple of months. The moneylenders are going to just have to support us for a couple of months. I think that that's fine. And no, wait, no, that's not right. Hire mercenary guards, just so that there is no danger on the whole thing. I fully suspect he's going to close the doors to us. We're not out here for justice. We're going to be for altruism. And we're going to go. 20 gold we have to make up on the trip in order to get out of debt. And we're going on our first grand tour. After all this time, we're going to consolidate the realm, and I think with the leaders, with the vassals that support us, we're going to be discussing the future. We're going to be solidifying the rule of our grandson, which is probably close approaching. Most of the people who care about us are fully aware of the fact that these are the last couple of years that we're going to be around for them, so they're thinking of the future too. And we're going to end it by visiting our grandson in his domain. He's growing up to be a fine young man. Who is this he's betrothed to? He's betrothed to a 28-year-old woman. Why would they betroth him to someone so much older than him? This is what I mean. The AI has no idea what it's doing. The likelihood is that that betrothal is going to be broken. I'm pretty sure she's probably someone close by too, so breaking this betrothal is going to be upsetting to somebody. Oh yeah, she's definitely like... Definitely. I mean, if you did this with the younger daughter, it would make perfect sense. Why didn't you betroth him to the younger daughter, computer? Like, that would be a reasonably good match. Like, but no, instead you betrothed him to the daughter that's like literally going to be like, he's 3 years more. She's gonna be 32 when they get married. Come on. I think everybody knows that's not happening. I think everybody knows his mother. What happened to his mother? She appears to have married some guy and abandoned her son to have a priest as his regent. All right. Well, I mean, she was an irresponsible drunk, so there's not much we can say about that. All right, so this is the armor event. We're gonna offer. Oh no, let's see. No, this is wrong though. We wouldn't do this. I mean, we're arbitrary. We've helped every single one of these guys before, but like we look at this guy and we realize that it's probably not even the truth. That he probably just put this armor on and is not suited to wear it because he has no training. I wouldn't take money from him. I'm not making my personal trend. We got to leave him to his fate. They give us really no choice, right? Like, it's just there's no choice. He didn't close the doors to us. All right. Well, this could really increase our relationship with this kid, which is good because it's something we need. And you know, since he's young, we can't sway him yet. My Knight Herald has approached me claiming to have been given Earl Eldwulf of Berkshire's permission to come join his court in place of my own. Letting this pass would certainly improve my standing with the Earl, but is the insult of stealing members of my court truly something I can overlook? Well, I mean, he's not that good a knight. Let's just look at our knight situation. It's probably not improved since the last time we looked. Our lowest knight is 9, and which means our lowest knight would degrade to an 8. If we let this guy go, I think it's worth it to let him go. Go where your heart pleases. Yep. I think so. Also feels like a generous thing for us to say. At dinner, I find the opportunity to demonstrate my majesty. My procession is rich with valuables and talented people, and perhaps I can integrate myself with Earl Eldwulf of Berkshire if I leave a little piece of me behind. There are many things I could bestow out of my benevolence, perhaps. You can give all of my knights away a game? No, not my court. We literally hired him to care for my son. That's not a thing. Money? I don't have it. I'm not going into debt for this. That sucks because I don't want our opinion to go down, but I can't. I'm not going to debt over this. Someone is going to war with our king. They're trying to conquer the Duchy of Brittany, which means my part of the Duchy of Brittany. They are not stronger. I wonder what's going to happen there. Everyone is making merry at dinner, and I tell another of my legendary jokes to much laughter. Oh, this is the save the life thing. So this person is choking on her food. She is the Earl's spy master, and I am going to save her life because I am learned. But I am not prowessy, so it's not guaranteed. Parting demand. It's time for tribute. He gave the tribute, in spite of the fact he doesn't like me. Okay, well, we gotta fix this relationship somehow. Is he old enough for me to sway yet? He's not. I gotta wait till he's 1 more year. Fine, we're waiting. This is more right. This is generous. We're not like, she doesn't owe me her life or anything. We did it out of kindness. We didn't do it out of the desire for reward. All right. It's our second troublesome vassal. 2 troublesome vassals in a row. But this guy definitely likes us a lot more than he did before. Which is good. Hopefully we can finally get him out of his silly little, his silly little faction. I finished my meal, another board is placed down in front of me, but this time instead of food, it is topped with little game pieces. Oh, he wants to play chess. It's my move. We're gonna go hard on the learning. And we're gonna win. Here we go. I'd like to play again sometime is my preferred outcome, but I'd hate it if he got the 30 opinion down. Ah, good. Nice. This evening I have been seated beside Lord Owen's son, Cuthred, and the child has been a true delight. The more I speak with him, the more I see the potential for him to be molded in my image. I feel the urge to take him back home as my ward, but I couldn't do such a thing without his father, and he could ask something of me in return. I'm not taking a ward at the age of 70. For the same reason I described before. I'm just not taking... Just not taking it. Yeah. Not taking a ward at the age of 70. It's not good for anybody. I don't know how he thinks he's gonna win this. Like at all, I don't know how he thinks he's gonna win this. Part of me feels like I should participate. We're freaking being raided. Which isn't great. But I really can't do anything about it at this time. My army is just not strong enough on its own to deal with it. And I don't want to raise it. I mean, I could break this army right here. Since it is technically my territory that he's trying to take. So this is the local delicacy. We're gonna try the food. I don't see why we wouldn't. I mean, yeah, we might get the ill trait, but that's pretty rare. Nauseating meal would suck, but we're going for it anyway. Good meal for 5 years. Great. So yeah, we're gonna break this army. Why? Because why wouldn't we? Wait, who is this? This better not be his guardian. That would be hilarious. It's his frickin' guardian. Of all the people to kidnap. The boy needs his guardian, okay? Listen. Listen, I should... Can I pay her ransom? No, he'll take the full gold for her once I have it, so that's a thing. Hopefully we can do this and then get the gold. Alright, as is typical, my meal comes with entertainment. The actors perform great feats of acrobatics and skill, but then I begin to notice something. Throughout their performance, there is a man wearing clothes just like mine, with what looks like excrement smeared on his face, singing songs about my alleged wickedness. I turn with shock to Lord Owen of Gwent, only to see that he is cackling at this show of vulgarity. I'm unable to touch my food, watching and listening to the entire court laugh at this twisted mockery of my character. Why am I stressed by this? It's just generally stressful? No, clearly this was meant as a joke, right? Like, I am clearly not the horrid tyrant that's just making out to me, so there's definitely, like, a tinge of irony in him making me out to be a tyrant. So I'm gonna take it as a joke, right? And I just think that's right. Like, he would just assume that the play was intended to be humorous. I've concluded my royal visitation of Gwent, and now my procession prepares to depart. Lord Owain of Gwent and his court have all lined up neatly to see me part with everyone present. It's time to collect tribute for bestowing him with my presence. Yep. There's another evening stay at Lord Gwent's home, and yet another foreign meal is placed in front of me. I'm not going to ask him for... No, he's serving me a fine meal of the food that he would eat in his own court, and I'm going to eat the Welsh meal. I'm not going to insult his cook or him by not eating it. That's not the way of things. Okay, I received a welcome worthy of a duke at the gates of Lord Arthfael's castle in Morgannwg, and there is little doubt the splendor of my train has made a great impression. All right, this is the older son of Howell, who I have a long-standing good relationship with. He sits on my council. He likes me a lot. Okay, we've killed the Norseman army, and because it's one of those Norseman army events, when they have no army, they can't continue to fight, so it'll automatically go to 100%, which should end the whole thing. We're gonna need to disband our troops, though. Like so that we can actually make money and pay for that poor... he needs his guardian. There's a critical point in his education, and his guardian is in prison. I hope that doesn't hurt his education. I actually don't know what effect that would have. I don't know if her being in prison affects her ability to be his guardian at all. Maybe she's still teaching him by mail. Okay, Lord Arthfael. What do you got for me? What do you got for me? I love all these little events. They're very fun. Nothing? You got nothing for me? I feel like I'm paused, except that these things keep flashing. You got nothing for me? Oh, we're playing chess. You know how we play chess? We spam the learning. We only know one way of playing chess. Exactly how it says to read in the 1,000 books about chess we've read. I am going to do the same as last time because, actually I'm in a good game because we already have max relationship, right? So I'm not gonna tempt fate. We're just gonna accept the situation. I arrive at dinner today to find that I'm alone with Lord Athleo of Morganog's heir, Howell. He's still young and visibly intimidated to be sharing a room with his duke. It would be too easy to manipulate the poor thing to give me his legal pledge of loyalty early. Ah, yeah, no. 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 Had a friendly conversation. That's a much better outcome. This old man is not seeking to manipulate his vassals. He's seeking to celebrate the success of his family with the people who have participated in it. He's not out here to like steal things from them or make their lives worse or anything. That's just not his way. Okay, all manner of foods. No matter how much I eat, no matter how much I savor their taste, it simply isn't enough to get them out of my mind. I find myself becoming lost. Oh. He's just thinking of like food from home. So there's a 0% chance I die from this. The fact it's there scares me into thinking that it's a not 0% chance, so it's like 0.3 or something. I'm gonna click this though, because that would be a good bet anyway. I've concluded my royal visitation of Morganog, so we're going to ask for tribute. And he didn't refuse, so far my vassals are all pretty much aligned, and we are now visiting our neglected nephew in his home. We have had conflict with him in the past, but our relationship is pretty healed now. I mean, I've started to show him respect. I put him on my council. I gave him the land I promised him. It wasn't where I said it was going to be, but it exists. As Suwana leans forward to pick up the trinket from the floor of the hallway, I in turn lean forward to get a good look at the defined muscles playing underneath the skin. You couldn't purchase that type of physique, but maybe if I surround myself with more of these fit individuals, I must simply have him in my court. Oh, Jesus. No. No. This is silly. This is silly. Old man, you're having all sorts of thoughts because your body's failing you about how you wish you were young and you want to surround yourself with some Adonises, but this is not good for your relationship with a person that you've already had conflict with. I emerge from my slumber after another peaceful night of staying with Lord Alan of Surgerfirden. As I regain my consciousness, I feel something heavy beside me that wasn't there before. I turn to see Alan sitting at the end of my bed, fully clothed. Just in conflict with the... Good morning, my duke. I thought it prudent to give you a gift. And what finer gift is there than the gift of my conversation? This gift is certainly unexpected, but is it really such a pleasant thing to wake up to? It's just this in contrast with the version of this where it's a woman in your bed is hilarious. What a way to wake up. You know, I do like a good conversation. You know, why is this? Yeah, because I'm generous. Obviously I don't like he's trying to be nice. He's trying to have an early morning chat with his uncle. It's there's nothing weird or untoward about this. It's just hilarious. Oh, that fixes our domain problem, which should make people like us even more. And I need to just stop with that for a second so I can look around and see how well the help of the king has affected our... So these places are all doing pretty great. Oxfordshire is among the worst of them and it's still going up. These aren't great though down here still. No, I think for the last couple of years of his life when he's going to be spending most of his money on activities instead of buildings, that the idea of changing this to martial taking this to solidify the domain control, and then maybe if we finish this, getting serve the crown, I think this is the right decision. That'll just make all of this control problem from the rebellion and the multiple wars go away faster, which is, I think, his concern at this point. Wait, what? Did I just mess that up completely? What did I do? Why is this down? We definitely were good enough before. We suddenly have 11 stewardship, of course. We lost 3 stewardship because we took that new lifestyle choice, and now we don't quite have enough to hold the whole thing. That's great, that's fine. We're not going to worry about it. It's not going to be that big a penalty. It's only 1 domain over. Our vassals like us just fine. We'll just make a little bit of less money for a while, and our levies won't be as high. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. It'll be okay for now, right? Yeah, it's good for now. I'm not going to worry about it. My son is 3. He's not ready for an education yet. This evening, I'm seated next to Lord Allen's knight, Sirwulf, watching as he sighs into his plate with longing. Truly, I grow tired of life here in Surgerfyrden, and long to elevate my station in life. My talents are wasted here, and lately I've been thinking of slipping off with you back to Devon where I can really show my worth. I can be a shoulder to cry on at least. You know, I can give him comfort and tell him that his life here will get better in time. He has a relatively respectable position of a knight. I mean, I could use a knight with a 20, but I'm not going to steal him, so... No, not know your place. It's... You know, I understand. I finished my meal, another... Oh, God, every time. You know what I'm going to do, right? Spam learning. We lost. He beat us. Look at his... He's actually been trying to get better at the job I gave him. You know, maybe he's not so bad at all. Maybe I should have been looking at the gregarious the whole time and ignoring the vengeful, right? He just likes to party a little bit too much. He's okay. He is doing a better job than I could have possibly asked at filling out the ranks of our dynasty so that we don't, you know, die off. We will see who wins next time. You know, I probably gave this kid too much flack, to be honest with you. This ransom, yes, I was always going to ransom her. Thank you for reminding me, awful person who raided my territory and took my son's guardian. I hope that doesn't hurt his education. I hope that doesn't hurt his education. Okay. Everyone is making merry at dinner, and I tell another of my legendary jokes. Much laughter and applause. This guy is choking to death right in front of me, and I'm going to try to save his life. I don't know why we're looking at him. We would save his life even if he was awful. I mean, no, we would save his life even if he was awful, right? Like, we're not going to just let the guy die. It is time for tribute. No refusal. It would seem Lord Allen Surgerfyrden has decided to put on a performance for my amusement. This evening, I sit at the feast table eagerly awaiting my entertainment when Lord Allen of Surgerfyrden appears dressed as my beloved Duchess Nest of Cornwall. Oh, God. I mean, it uses the heartfelt tragic performance. I mean, it implies that he does it respectfully, even though he's the one. I mean, it's the Middle Ages. Men played women in a lot of these things. This is actually hard. Like, I think I take this as it's intended. I think I take this as it's intended. I mean, I just said that I'm learning to forgive this kid. I think I take this as it's intended. I mean, he is vengeful, but he's also gregarious. So either this is a mockery because he's vengeful, or he really, really does intend to like do service to my long dead wife. I'm taking it as it's intended. So the guy I saved once thinks I owe him something. You owe me nothing but your company. There we go. We After all of that, you refused. Really? Actually hurts me that I have to do this because I feel like he should be punished. I was so generous to him and he didn't fulfill his basic obligation of me to give tribute. Now it's time for my own son, but I have to pardon him because he's my direct. I don't know what to think about that kid. Yes, I don't know what to think about that kid. Lord Ortgar, it is strange to visit my grandson nearly grown into a man in his father's house. That is what I'm saying about this. This is a moment. This is a moment. Yeah, we have maximized the success of our Majesty tour, which is really great. I'm still disappointed that after all the nice things I said about him, my host, Lord Odgar of Deved, has brought me out of his home to a local tavern. All around I see the wretched and weak engaged in drink and debauchery, but Lord Odgar assures me that the wine served in this establishment is simply to die for. As the first round passes my lips, I feel alive. This drink hits like a ton of bricks, and I feel that tonight will be a night of endless reverie. I will drink until I die. No, there's nothing about that in us. You've really outdone yourself. Yes, yes you have. Yes. Yes. This is a decent gesture. I will get drunk with the kid. I will enjoy his gesture. I am now friends with him as I was friends with his father, right? Nope, not yet. One more friend tick. We got the first one, but not the second. Another evening of merriment draws to a close. I have found myself locked in conversation with Earth of all people. Before I know it, the room has become silent save for our conversation, and everyone is hanging on my next word. Though a little awkward, I am sure I can tell a tale that everyone here will be delighted by. I mean, this is a man for whom the tragic is great, so I think he's just going to... The tragic has been such a part of his life, he's just gonna basically retell the story of his play. To remind people of tragedy and that you can come back from it. I sit at the dinner table, awaiting my dessert. When finally it arrives, I can scarcely contain my rage. I'm shocked to see what appears to be a cake in the shape of the cross. This culinary display of blasphemy sickens me to my stomach so much I can barely bring myself to touch it. I can only feel insulted to look at the thing, but Odgar's puppy-like eyes, I can tell this was a sincere attempt at flattery. He would totally be insulted by this, but he would also totally see it as a mistake that a kid could make. Like this is the mistake of a child who doesn't quite understand like the severity and importantness of the faith. So this is a correction moment. It's not a yelling moment. So I'm gonna publicly say that I love it as in the gesture, and then explain to him later why it's a problem. This kid. It was a wonderful... I bet it tasted great. I bet if it was shaped like anything but a cross, it would have been one of the greatest cakes I ever had. It's time for tribute. And everyone except my goddamn nephew gave me my due tribute. But my nephew decided to go his own way again. After I was so complimentary to him too. I am glad that he is not inheriting the duchy. That's for sure. It's another one of... Oh, this is I enter the earldom of Gloucestershire. I can't say that word right. Ready to bestow my royal touch upon the local peasantry, I am immediately faced with what is undoubtedly the most wretched creature I have ever laid eyes upon. With minimal provocation, he exposes his calloused feet just inches from my pristine hands. Much as Christ washed the feet of his disciples, I too am implored by God to wash the feet of my loyal subjects. I think I do this. Certainly not insulting him. I think I do this. I think I'm a religious enough man that I would do this. I mean, the performance of faith has become so important to him since he prayed for the life of his grandson and his grandson lived, that I think he would actually legitimately feel it was his obligation, however gross it might feel. Finish the grand tour. Look at this. Gain some renown. Every vassal gained liking of me, including the kid who still doesn't. Did he grow up while we were out? He did. So he is now the target of our sway. We're going to try to convince him. Oh, how did his education go? Like I said, he fouled it by making himself a diplomat, which is absolutely useless. I can't even use him as a spy master, which is the one thing he could have potentially been good at. I can't do it. Because if I'm still alive, right, when my grandson comes of age, he is going to be my steward, which means the son of my friend Howell will become my spy master, because it's the other thing that he has talent in, like his father. So that's the thing. That kid I'm just gonna have to convince him. We're just gonna have to convince him. And we're gonna convince him with the simple truth that when everything comes to fruition and when this all is over, he or his descendant, depending on how long it takes, will become the... Oh, no, they won't, because the Duke of Weiss is my heartland. I got nothing to offer the kid. Well, we're going to try to talk him out of being this way anyway. I don't know what I'm going to do with this guy. I don't know what I'm going to do with him. We get along now, finally, but the fact he didn't give me tribute was actually quite insulting, considering everybody, including the one who literally hated me, gave me the tribute. That, I don't even know where that came from. Like, I don't even know. So that's just what happened, and we're going to have to accept it and figure out what that means or how we feel about him. But to be honest, I think we've more or less realized that he isn't the treacherous knave we imagined he was, but we're also never really going to be close like I was with my brother. I think that's the outcome of this that comes from it. Like, we're just never going to see eye to eye. I like him well enough. I appreciate that he does a good job and has put an effort in to become better at the position I gave him, but we're just never going to see eye to eye about things, and that's just going to have to be okay. I am glad that he is alive and that he's doing well and that he's having healthy children and that is good for the realm. All right, that is going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. There's probably, because of the nature of slow roleplay, part of one more episode in the life of Duke Dumnarth. And that episode will, of course, be soon. I hope you join me for it. And I thank everybody for the support that the series has gotten. And once that's over, this life is done. We move on to Lord Odgar, who most likely, because he's trusting and because he's been influenced so much by his family, will go on to try to achieve the goals set before him by his grandfather, which he's most likely been raised to believe are the goals of his father as well, because they were. And yeah. How healthy is Alfred? Okay, he's taken an apathetic, which means he'll probably live quite a long time still. It's good. We may see a great deal of the young man's life pass before the old king dies and he can try to get his independence, because I don't think he's going to go to war with the old king. I just don't think that that's possible. Not, I mean, old king from his perspective, of course, young king from Duke Dumnarth's perspective. But we'll have to see, because that's a thing that can't be decided until we're doing it. That's for the future.